Hi everyone, and today I'm going to be speaking about 3 myths about chronic fatigue. So when you watch this video, you'll discover 3 things that people with chronic fatigue are told they should do or that they think they should do, but why these things are actually harmful for them and not beneficial. So my first myth about chronic fatigue is the myth where you're told to get more sleep. Now, some people perhaps who don't have fatigue think that, just get more sleep, you feel, you wake up, feel refreshed in the morning, and that will solve the problem. But what they don't understand is that with people with chronic fatigue, they can sleep for hours and still not feel refreshed afterwards because often they're getting disrupted sleep. And this can be due to reasons such as an imbalance in hormones. Perhaps their melatonin level is too low while they're meant to be sleeping, or their cortisol level is too high, which is keeping them awake, or their liver is struggling to detox some toxins when they should be sleeping, and this is waking them up. There's so many things, also people who have an irritated bladder can, want to wake up throughout the night and they're just not getting this refreshed sleep. It could be foods and drinks as well. The things you eat and drink before bed can have an impact on the quality of your sleep. Also stress, if you're stressed before going to bed, things like that. So this is why you can't just get more sleep to have more energy when you have chronic fatigue. You need to treat the underlying root causes, which is what I do with my clients. And we do things such as hormone testing, heavy metal testing, food intolerance testing. So like I said, it could be foods that are disrupting your sleep as well. So that's the first myth. So the second myth about chronic fatigue is, and I know I've been told this by the NHS when I had chronic fatigue. I think they've changed it now, but basically, they said, do graded exercise. So basically do more exercise, but do it in a way where you can pace yourself. The problem is, if your body is completely exhausted and burnt out, you're struggling to, have the energy just to do day-to-day things like, stand up in the kitchen and walk, walk around the house, just having the energy to digest your food, energy to do, the housework, do things, drop your kids to school. You're using all your energy up on that, so you don't have any left for exercise. And pushing yourself when you're in that state is not a good idea because you're just going to get more burnt out and fatigued. So this is again why it's important to get to the underlying root causes, support your body, give it the vitamins and minerals that it needs and the nutrients it needs to have energy, because if you're deficient in anything and then you start pushing yourself by exercising, this is where you can get even more burnout and it can do more harm. Also, you can get more muscle fatigue, more aches and pains if you're exercising when you're not in a good healthy state. So that's why, with my clients, I look at their food diary, I check if they have any deficiencies in their diet and recommend foods for them to fill those deficiencies, or supplements if they can't get enough of the food nutrients from their diet. So that is the second one. So the third myth for chronic fatigue is, and this is also something that I've been told, so I suffered with chronic fatigue syndrome for 3 years, between 2008 2011, but I recovered fully, and this is why I trained to become a nutritional therapist, so I can help other people with chronic fatigue or any varying level fatigue, the early stages where you're just a bit tired, struggling to get through the day, all the way to the end where you're, you've had a complete your body's just collapsed and you can't get out of bed in the morning. So I try and catch people before they get to that stage, because it's much easier to resolve at the early stages if you catch it early. So so the third one, and I was told this by the doctors when I was ill with chronic fatigue, is you're just depressed, take antidepressants. But I know my personality. I'm an overachiever type. I'm very determined, and I knew I wasn't depressed. I was determined to get well, so I didn't take them. I know they can be beneficial for some people, particularly I think if you have anxiety or genuine depression, but chronic fatigue isn't depression, it's caused by other root causes. So definitely it's worth trying and it might help you, but I just knew that wasn't the solution for me personally. This is why I looked into more natural routes and ended up seeing a naturopathic nutritionist who did testing on me, food intolerance testing and testing for viruses, candida overgrowth, and determined my food intolerances, and that I had candida overgrowth and multiple viruses such as cytomegalovirus, Epstein-Barr virus. I'm sure there was another one too, but basically she gave me a plan that just helped transform my energy really. I got my energy back after working with her for I think 4 months. We worked together, 3 or 4 months. So that's the 3 myths. Let me go over them again. So myth number 1, get more sleep. Myth number 2, do more exercise. Myth number 3, you're just depressed, take antidepressants. So I hope that's been helpful for you, a bit of myth busting for chronic fatigue. And if this is something that you're suffering with and you want to get professional help, someone who's been through it themselves and who knows how to help you, then do get in touch. I'm currently offering 30-minute discovery calls where I can have a chat with you, give you a bit of advice on the best next steps for you to take personally. And and obviously if I don't think we're a good fit to work together, I'll say as well and refer you on. But also I do offer a free guide on 3 steps on how to start having more energy now. I've also got one on how to wake up feeling energized as well, so I'll probably put the links below to those, so if you click on them you could download the guide and that'll give you some more tips of things you can start doing to have more energy to get you started. So thanks so much for listening, and I'll be back again next Friday with more helpful tips for fatigue and for chronic fatigue and just for general tiredness as well. I'll be sharing more stories, my own personal stories of how my clients have recovered as well. So thanks so much for listening, and wherever you are in the world, have an amazing day or an amazing evening, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. And if there's anything you want me to talk about or you have any questions, if you just comment below, then I'll see if I can do a video on that topic for you. And you're welcome to get in touch with me, book a call or message me if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, or any feedback on the videos. So thanks for listening, take care everyone, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.